This is the Backlog Gamer, this is my backlog, and this is Dark Souls. Now, I have a bit of a confession to make. I made a mistake, and this mistake was a bit costly. You see, I've been trying to work on a new series, which hopefully I'll have posted soon, but it's going to be a little bit different than this. With this, I like unedited playthroughs, live commentary. Hey, look, there's a rat I'm going to be facing soon. All right, let's get to that in a second. And right now, I'm narrating what I'm doing. Because you see, I made a mistake when I tried recording for this other show. I decided not to do live commentary for it, and again, I'll explain that later. And so I turned off the microphone for playing that game, and I forgot to turn on the microphone when I started playing Dark Souls again. So, oops. So I in the nature of Dark Souls, and I know I'm playing Alan Wake as well, and I did the same thing with Alan Wake. Technically, I could have gone to a past checkpoint or something, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do the same thing for both shows. I'm even going to have to explain it for both shows, so sorry if you're watching both and you have to sit through the explanation twice. I will be narrating what I'm doing rather than the general me giving live commentary as I'm playing. So, you know, it kind of sucks because I kind of prefer to have live commentary, but we'll have that at the next episode to look forward to, and the next episode will actually be pretty good. So, without further ado, I'm traveling to the depths, traveling through the sewers here, and, you know, I had picked up the Great Axe earlier, so that was pretty cool, and you see the giant rat monster, which I will fight very shortly. I'm a bit tense when I'm running through these sewers, because there's a creature called I think it's called the Basilisk, and it's not pleasant. It's not pleasant at all, and I'm really nervous about going up against this thing. And you know, I kind of want to mention it. Every now and then, like right here, you see me attacking the wall. That's because it's really the only way. Like, this game likes to throw in secret passageways from time to time, and much like Zelda, the really only way to find these secret passages is to hit it with your sword and it'll reveal itself. Right now, again, I'm kind of nervous. I'm kind of looking down. Actually, you know what? Before I explain that, here's the fight with the giant. Nope, never mind. I remember being confused too. This is just another one of those priest fights. Okay, so I kept looking down earlier, and the reason why is because I know that there are pitfalls over there, and I don't want to have to, like, fall down there, because the first time I played this on the PS3, I fell for one of those traps, and it did not end well, because a lot of those creatures that I'm really worried about, those basilisks, they were down there, and they team up on you, and when they team up on you, bad things happen. You see, what really worries me about these basilisks is they have, much like how this rat right here that I'm having a little bit of trouble with, actually. I was surprised how strong they were, because the priest buffed them. You know, much like how the rats have that poison attack, these basilisks have a curse attack. So when they like spew out this mist, and if you're in it, your curse meter will go up, and if your curse builds up, you will die. And if you die from a curse, when you resurrect, you will have half health. And if this keeps happening, if you keep getting cursed, like if you keep coming back alive and fighting another basilisk and getting cursed again, you will have your health cut in half again. And that is no fun, I will tell you that. No fun at all. Now, the problem with... okay, right here is where one of these holes is. There's one of those pitfalls I was telling you about. Yeah, I don't think I fell down this one. And I'm actually going to try and back up here and try jumping over it. I fell down one that was a little harder to see because there's water flowing down it. And I was just running and not even paying attention, and I fell. And so, but this one I'm going to attempt to jump over, and I make it no problem. So I was still very nervous about that. And I'm still kind of trying to be cautious when I'm running through these pathways here, because those basilisks are no good. And actually, you'll see the pitfall over there behind me. Turn around. There you go. I don't even think I tried to jump over this one. I just ignore it and go around. Although, I might want to go back to that sometime later, because I think up that ramp is an item that I might want. Can't remember. Because I'm trying to recall things from when I played the PS3 version as well, all throughout when I'm playing this. But if I'm right... Oh, yep, there's the rat guy, and I... You know, spoiler alert, make very short work of this thing. Yeah, done. Not even a problem. I made a comment when I was playing through them, like, you know, isn't it kind of weird that you grab humanity off a giant rat monster? Yeah, I don't know what they're trying to show, some sort of social commentary or something there. I did not intend for this to happen, but yeah, I fall right down. I just was trying to investigate, and I fall right down here, and I encounter one of those creatures I was so nervous about. There he is. There's one of the basilisks, and you'll see what I'm talking about with the mist. And even it touches me a little bit right there, and you see how fast that curse goes up. Now, the problem with those guys is just fighting one isn't that big of a deal, but during that one pitfall, when you go through, you don't fight just one. You're surrounded, and you can kind of use your shields to help you, but when you're surrounded like that, no, you're pretty much done. If they swarm you, you're toast. And because I ran into that one basilisk, I start to have a lot of I start to nerve out a little bit here. Now, I actually am kind of looking out for statues. I want to try and not... Oh, and here we go. Dark Spirit Knight Kirk has invaded. I kind of freaked out for this because all I saw was the invasion sign. I wasn't paying attention to the name. And I thought this was an actual player. Yeah, I haven't looked it up, but I'm pretty certain this is not another player. This is just one of those dark phantoms that will occasionally invade your world. Like, you have players that'll invade your world, and then you have actual NPCs who invade your world as well. And they're usually within the lore of the game and have some sort of story and backstory to them. I didn't take a look. Like, I'll retrieve the remaining power from the Dark Spirit and pick up an item from the guy. I get a spike shield and a barbed straight sword. I probably want to take a look at those item descriptions. There might be some sort of lore about the Dark Knight Kirk. I believe that was his name. But when I first saw that invasion, I kind of freaked out. I thought, oh no, this is a terrible place. There's basilisks all over the place. What am I going to do? I still don't know where the basilisks are. I haven't found as many as I thought I would. And I didn't find many at all. I found one. And I was kind of weirded out by that. In fact, right here, earlier in the video, coming down from the bonfire, I encountered a locked door, and that's what this door is right here. So it's now a shortcut that will lead me straight up to the bonfire, because in a little bit is a boss fight, and I'm telling you right now, I don't fight the boss in this video. That's going to be my next episode. I was going to be fighting this horrendous creature that is kind of a pushover. It's going to look intimidating, and the first time I fought it, it was kind of frightening. And I tried just kind of fighting it like I would like a normal monster from Monster Hunter or something, and it actually works out to my disadvantage. And that's when I kind of learned that, you know, actually, you know what, remember, especially when you're fighting a Monster Hunter first time, watch for the patterns first, then, you know, engage. Don't just run up to it and start hacking and slashing, because nothing good will come of that. So, the monster is kind of scary looking. It's got a really intimidating name as well, and it's going to be enjoyable, at least, the very most. So, but yeah, so I do know that, you know, the boss fight is pretty much right around the corner here, and that there's these set of doors at the end of this passageway right here that leads to the next area. So I kind of am confused as to how little of the basilisks I ran into. I was really expecting to run into more, and I was tense and nervous this entire time. Really, really worried that I was, you know, the next corner is going to be it. The next corner I'm going to get attacked, I'm going to get cursed, it's going to be terrible. And when you get cursed, there are only a few ways to remove it. I think you have to travel well out of your way to go and get uncursed by an NPC. I don't even know. And I think there's also an NPC that sells an item that can uncurse you. But I can't remember who it is and where. It might even be that there's actually an NPC shop outside here. Now, what you're seeing down there to the left of my character right now, as I'm running around, like down there, that's where the boss fight's going to go. And I was just kind of exploring around, because I knew the basic big moments that occur in the game, but I couldn't quite remember if this actually leads to the boss fight or not. And I find out that Knight Solitaire can be summoned for this fight. I mentioned it when I was playing the game. That was just me confirming that it was not an actual player dressed up as Solitaire, and it was actually Solitaire. But yeah, so I am human right now. You know, in order to kindle the bonfires, that leads to the boss fight. That message on the ground confirms it. So I'm heading back, and I'm saying, you know what? No, not going to do the boss fight this episode. Going to go back to the bonfire, and, you know, save there, and then we'll do this next episode. But yeah, so I am human. I found out that in order to kindle the bonfires, you need to have humanity and give it humanity. In order to do that, you need to be human. I don't like talking over the NPCs. Okay, so yeah, you have to be human to give it a humanity to kindle the bonfire. And kindling the bonfire gives me more drinks of my Estus flask. And I really, I think it's like you get 10 compared to the normal 5, maybe even 7. I don't know the exact amount. And that's so useful in this game that I kind of want to kindle as many of the bonfires as I can, so I might be human for a lot of it. And, you know, that's kind of the point of Dark Souls, is you don't know, you know, around the corner what you might encounter next. Might be a player invading you, might be a Dark Phantom NPC, but even still, it kind of gives that tense feeling at any moment that things can just get worse than they already are. So I'm gonna kind of play that up, even as embarrassed I might be with some of my PvP encounters. As it is, I probably feel a little embarrassed from the Dark Phantom NPC fight that I just had a few moments ago. I got a little too low on health and almost got killed from it, and that's kind of embarrassing because he really wasn't that hard. So, and this is just right now. I'm just checking my equipment to the armor that he has and whether or not it's, you know, any good. And I right there I was noticing that my leather armor right now weighs like 3 and his armor weighs like 13, and I really would rather have that quicker dodge, the more agility, than better vitality or defense. So you know, even if I had enough souls for that or wanted to grind some souls for that, I was deciding not to. So right now, I'm deciding to heading back, gonna wait it out and go to the bonfire, and next episode is when we're going to have that big boss fight. So I hope you look forward to that. It's going to be really interesting. I think it's at least going to be fun, and if you don't know what monster we're going to be coming up against, you are in for a terrible, horrifying treat. It's not pretty at all. Not like many things were pretty in this game, but this is particularly pretty terrifying looking. So, look forward to that. Hopefully, I won't make a fool of myself out of that video. And I'm sorry if this episode was just me talking for like 15 minutes straight. And I actually don't know how well this episode's going to go compared to my previous episodes with me narrating it rather than me live commentating it. But for now, thank you for letting me waste your time. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you're looking forward to the next one. Until then,